Hey guys, how you doing? It's Jahtiek Long, aka Mike Diverse, and here today we're sitting down with Byzantium Rob, aka Bobby Briz.
What's up? Thank you for having me, Joe.
Yeah. Yo, don't hit him with my real name. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, so
we just met actually moments ago, right? So.
Nah, bro, I met you. I mean, when did we meet? When did we meet?
It's a good question.
I forgot. Oh, Staten Island Talent. That's exactly where we met.
Right.
Yeah, Raina was playing. We met for like a year ago.
Right.
But it ain't about when we met, bro. It's about then and now, here and now.
Facts.
Yeah, but like, you know, what you been up to? Like, cause I know you dropped like your album last year.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just been working on a new album. Back in the studio, working with Gary over at Cobra Sun. Shout out to him. And it's gonna be called Byzantine Thought and Culture. Releasing it November 10th, and at Mother Pugs. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's just been my life recently, just in the studio and then work. You know how it is, the dual existence that we have to.
So like, honestly, what I want to ask you is like, thought process wise for like this album, how would you compare it? Like, what was the influences for this album compared to your last album?
Well, my last album was like something I was working on for 5 years probably, and I just strung it along and didn't really have the right recording situation. So you know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in like a different mindset when I came up with that, and Byzantium really I call my faction the Byzantine Empire because it was kind of like building the beginning of an empire. So I had tried to work with as many artists as I can get fit on the album, and this time it's kind of more telling the story a little bit more focused on, you know, past that. That was kind of like the intro into this. So just carrying on, it's a continuation.
I feel like sonically, like what kind of influence is going on for this?
We're getting into a lot more rock sounds. Yeah, we're going the opposite way of everyone else with the trap shit, you know. Yeah. I'm trying to work with a lot of local bands and stuff, and Gary's hooking up a lot of sounds, authentic rock sounds. So that's kind of where we're leaning.
But you kind of did that on the last project too. With like, was it Desert Shark?
Yeah. I worked with Sunny. We'll be working with her again. But yeah, we're gonna make it more of that. That's kind of the direction I want to head in with the music.
So you're about to be like the Staten Island Beastie Boys, like the first album?
Yeah.
That's fire though. Beastie Boys is lit, bro.
You know, I'm a big fan of, you know, a lot of different genres of rock music, and I love hip hop, so I just always wanted to like mesh the two, you know. I
think that's actually really cool though too. It's kind of like being involved in the Staten Island music scene out here is like, it's inevitable. Two of the biggest things are like hip hop and rock, so it makes a lot of sense too. Yeah. That's a huge influence.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it's 2018. Everybody loves mostly all music. Like you can appreciate it, and I go to a lot of rock shows and I go to a lot of rap shows, and they're both really diverse crowds all the time. So, you know, I'm just trying to reach as many people as possible. That's the goal.
I get that. But what's like a standout moment like on the album for you? Like, what's been like some of your favorite parts of the process so far?
On this new one? Well, it's very stressful usually, but you know, just I've been actually like having a lot of brain dumps and just writing a lot. So it's been a lot of writing, and last year it was a lot of writer's block. So I'm just happy about that. I think that's always like when things are flowing properly, it's always good. And I don't know, just like, you know, I was working with Gary last year, so now working with him again. We're just kind of more in sync, and it's been a...
How's that been? That's like the Quincy Jones of the island.
Yeah, he's the best, man. There's a promo right here. Should go record your shit with him. Nah, he's great, man. I mean, he just knows like everything. His ear for sounds is crazy. Sometimes he hears things, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't hear it, like, you know. But he does.
Just like,
yeah, nah, he's great. Yeah, I know he works with a lot of people, so
word. Like,
it's an honor to be a prodigy of his studio.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has like a lot of people worked in Cobra Sun. Yeah. It's really wild. How'd you get started? Like, more than anything, because like honestly, we never really talked about that, Bobby. I just like, you know,
the origin story.
The origin, yeah. Did you talk about it in Origins? Did you?
Briefly, but basically, you know, I grew up on the South Shore. There was not really hip hop anywhere, but I, you know, was immediately when I first heard you know, like heard like Eminem, 50 Cent back in that time when I was younger, and then like started digging more into like Nas, Moral Technique, and it just resonated with me. And you know, it was really hard because I always wanted like people to rap with and stuff, and I would always try and get my regular ass friends to want to rap with me and shit, but they never really wanted to be involved with that.
So nobody was ciphering with you?
Yeah, man, I was by
yourself?
myself, just right. I would be showing people the stuff, but yeah. So you know, it took me a while to branch out into the music scene out here because I didn't really know. You know, I always hung out in Bay Terrace, Great Hills, that area over there. But yeah, I just fell in love with it from the first time I heard it. I started writing, and then realized like this is what I want to do. But
so I got actually 2 questions. So
okay.
Do you think the scene out there, like especially on the hip hop tip, has like grew a little bit more? Cause like you out here, you the first person to ever throw a show and talk at the town, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that was a historic moment, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really, you know, I don't really get to see how it influences like as we are trying to bring it over there, but there's still, you know, Trump signs on everyone's lawn out there, so we can't really assume that it's really spreading too well. but you know, I don't know. I know a lot of the music just stays to this side of the island, and a lot of people from that side of the island don't really come over here. And you know, this is close to the city in Brooklyn and everything, so I feel like this is really where everything is, and I can't really gauge how it's affecting the South Shore, but
I feel that.
I would hope that it does, you know. But
I mean,
that's why we gotta catch more ears, you know.
Yeah, we do, because like there gotta be. What if there's probably a young Bobby Briz down there waiting for somebody to like spit with, bro?
Right, exactly.
You
he
know,
just has no friends to rap with. Like
yeah,
me,
nah,
you know?
you trying to figure it out. But I'm like, you know, that's one of the funnest things ever, though.
This
just
is
like
why,
just spitting
you know,
with people.
I wish I could reach out, you know, and find people who are interested. This is why I'm so interested in like artist development and everything. And I had, you know, rest in peace to Ill Wizard. But when I had met him in college and he was rapping and he didn't know how to take the next step, and I was like, yo, roll with us, and like, you know, you could be a part of OBX and whatever. And you know, so he was one person that, you know, I was able to reach. But there's people, a lot of people write, and a lot of people want to be a part of something, but you know, it's hard to find them.
I feel that.
Yeah.
How, like, what, so like you were part of a dynamic duo. Would there ever be like another collab between you and the Queen of the South?
It could happen.
Yeah.
When the Queen of the South returns north. It could happen.
Are you guys still gonna drop that MVP track?
I'm not sure what's going on with Raina's album or whatever the case, but I believe she's still working kinks out with it, but I believe it'll be on there. Raina, if you want to answer this question for the internet,
I mean, honestly, like,
if you out there watching
the chemistry is wild. Like, you know,
yeah,
like,
no, I love working with her, man.
You guys,
it's a dynamic that you can't really have with another rapper. It just changes like the whole mood and persona of the song. I love working with Raina, so you know, hopefully we drop MVP. Hopefully we can do some more tracks in the future.
If you can collaborate with anybody right now, right? I'll give you. All right, I'll say 2. If you could collaborate with like, you know, any like indie person, like, you know, at like, you know, any indie artist, and like any artist that's in the industry,
okay,
who would those people be?
Indie as far as like local from around here, or just
indie in general, like, you know, because there's like
okay, you mean like industry cats and all that. I mean, I'm actually going to collaborate on my next album with one of my favorite rappers, Payday Monsanto. So that's gonna be really cool. He's super underground. Really excited to work with him. He actually produced Bug Out.
Okay.
That beat. Yeah. So I had got a few beats from him, and I got the chance to work with him. So that's gonna be awesome. So I could check that off the list, I guess. As far as in the industry, I always felt like someone like Ab-Soul would be cool to work with.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm not surprised that you said that.
Yeah. You know, I like his shit. I like his sound. It's like he's just very sonically, like he's very trippy, and I feel like I can mesh well with that.
Nah, he's a trippy dude. Yeah. Honestly, he's one of my favorite members of TD.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's one of the few rappers like that are out now that I check for. Like, I don't really listen to too many other rappers because, like, you know, that's the competition to me. But you know, like as far as new artists and stuff, I'm always digging back to the past and listening to that. But I love Ab-Soul, and like someone like Big Sean maybe too would be cool to work with.
is it more because of their lyrical ability, or is like how they compose songs? Because like we're in an interesting space right now for hip hop, like, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I have a very like specific like sound that I want to hear, and I don't hear it in a lot of artists. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing against them. Like someone like, I mean, I just like, I get clowned for this all the time, but I just recently started getting like actually enjoying Kendrick's music. I always felt like he's kind of boring, you know. I don't know, like I respect what he's saying and everything, but I couldn't, it wasn't hitting me right, I guess. But then recently I had listened to the damn album, and then it hit me, like I got it.
I feel
so
that.
it just takes me a while to warm up to some of the stuff that's out there, because I'm always working on my own stuff and writing it, and you know, so that's what my main focus is really on.
Yeah, that was Big Sean for me for a bit, like, you know, until Dark Sky Paradise, and it was like, damn, I can't really, because like I was rooting for him for a little bit, but then I was like, nah, you know, you
yeah,
right.
I mean, he's cool because he's in between both sounds that are like, you know, like the real stuff and the trap stuff, and he like meshes it well. So respect it.
I'll say, where you want to tour, like with this album dropping, like, you know, let the people know when we're gonna find it. It's gonna be at Pugs.
Touring all over Asbury Park next summer. Nah, I'm kidding.
I have to say, you giving Jersey
like
mad love, bro. You always showing Jersey love.
Yeah, I know.
I know it's the Outer Bridge Connect. You know, I know.
You know, nah. Yeah, I mean, I would like to do an East Coast tour. You know, it's tough with work and everything, but I, you know, I just like to have a couple people to roll with too. So we'll see. Get kids from the burbs to come through, you know.
All right, so if you could have a tour lineup right now, what would it be? I'll say you got 5. You could get 5 acts. Not. That's maybe a lot.
That's
no, that's a decent amount
to tour with.
Yeah, because like, you know, it's interchange.
And we
like,
getting
spots.
like who I'm picking.
Yeah, who would you
hop on my tour bus with me and take a road trip down south?
East Coast. I'll say like, you know, everything's
we're hitting the whole coast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take Kids from the Burbs with me. I'm gonna take Intel. I'm gonna take. It's a good question. I'm trying to think who would mesh.
That's a fire show already.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, we'll bring Drew Guns. He's cool. He can come. And I'll hit up this dude MDXV and see if he wants to come to it too. You know what I'm saying?
I could call his people.
Yeah, you know his people. I think you know his representatives.
Yeah, I do.
We'll have Scott Jacobs, my representative.
Yeah, nah, I'm actually supposed to Scott. Like, Scott's cool people. But nah, that would be a fire tour. That would be. Oh my God.
Be,
yeah, honestly. You know what? I could see you touring like, you know, like in like the Desert Shark or somebody like.
That would be cool
like,
too.
You know,
I would love to tour with like maybe Nihilosarus. Like they're super dope and they play everywhere. They have a cool sound. I would like to work with them more too. That's coming next year. Coming soon on future episodes. You know.
Yeah, word. Nah, honestly, I'm excited.
I had already spoke to. Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, like, one of my favorite songs on the project. I would love to, like, you know, hear the story. Like, what's the story between My World? Like, how did you guys like come up with that? Like, you and Jay Byrne, or OG Bernie now, because he formerly known.
Shout out to Jay Byrne. Yeah, he killed that verse. My World is one of the first songs I wrote for this album back in like 2011. The lyrics changed for the most part throughout, but the hook was always the same. Like, that was one of Demo's beats that I got from way back, and just like that chorus was chanting in my head when I heard that beat, so I kept it. And I wanted to get Jay Byrne on the album somewhere, and I had like 3 verses on that track, and I felt like they were okay, but like there was weak spots, so I kind of just took like the best lines from the 3 verses and mixed them up into 2 verses and sent it over to him, and he bodied it. Yeah. But it was a good song for him. For the sound-wise, it wound up being like a really sick collab. So.
Yeah, I really appreciate how raw, like, that's a raw song. It's gritty. Yes. It's gritty.
Don't listen to that song around children.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you got a kid, like, you know, under 16, you know.
Yeah, any kids under 6 shouldn't be.
Yeah, nah, you know, but like something I really always appreciate is just like you're very gritty and very raw, like with the
you know, I'm a little real, I'm a little too real for some people, but you know,
it's fun.
It's you know, it's supposed to be rated R, it's supposed to be rated X, you know, and I'm just like, I'm out here saying the fucked up shit that goes on in my head, you know.
Yeah, and but, I mean, you speak about some of the shit that goes on here, like on the island,
exactly.
like, you know.
But it's
you
real
also,
stuff, even in that song. When I said it's like joking. This isn't even. It's loosely based on true stories, but like I kind of like drew the inspiration from other places. But I said in the song, that seeing some crackhead girl stealing my friend's guitar amp at Mother Pug's, and then she hopped in her car and drove into the guardrail, like. That happens, like, you know. It's bad out here with the heroin. That's why Great kills the heroin capital. That's in that song too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I try and just be real and say things the way that they pop into my head, you know.
Well, I think that's always important though too, because it like speaks of, at the end of the day, the thing that stands through the test of time is art, pieces of art,
right?
And pieces of like, you know, whether it's sonic, it's like physical, like it's. Whether it's sonic or it's like visual, so it's just like you capture like that, like the different experiences of like, you know, you give me more perspectives on the island, and like, you know, it's like, damn, really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
you know, I like
know?
to try and incorporate like the life of like living here, like even just like, you know, I'll reference places on the island. I'll try and reference like things that might happen on the island, just like try and give Staten Island like a personality, you know, to the rest of the world. We're not just Jersey Shore and Mob Wives, you know, like we're more like, you know. But, you know, going back to the gritty lyrics, like I do get self-conscious sometimes about them. Like if I feel bad, like if I'm with a little kid, like if I hear that little kid, like when we was performing here last time and there's this kid's painting in the front, and I was like, yo, I can't, I was gonna perform My World, Jay Bird came through, I'm like, I can't perform this song here, like right now, I'm gonna wait till later. That's why I told Intel, I'm like, yo, let me go on a little later. Like,
it's children, bro.
Yeah,
honestly,
but they're not supposed to be listening to it anyway.
Yo, you know what's funny about that show? I was like, I was kind of hyped that I got like had it put on a little bit later, because I was just like, damn, I curse a lot during my set.
Yeah,
I don't curse that much, but I curse a decent amount.
Donnie Lax was saying the same shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn, there's like, children here, man. But I was watching people's performances, like, let's see how many people curse, so I can know, so I can feel morally okay, you know. But
that's something I want to work on too, is like toning it down a little bit, especially for like singles. Like if I would have knew Bug Out when I was writing it, would have been my lead-off single from my album. I probably would have turned it down.
Just
I made a censored
like,
version.
You know,
we cut out one line in the censored version.
Oh yeah, no, I know the line you're talking about. It's very intense. It just goes from like get you like, oh, and then it just guitar solo and shit. Like I know,
you know, I don't know. It's like. Yeah, that comes with my self-conscious comes into play. It's like, you know, I don't want.
Did you ever listen to like hardcore, like growing up?
Some here and there, you know, like name some artists like that you think.
I don't know. I was in and out of it.
Yeah,
because like
here
you
and
know,
there, it wasn't like big for me. Like
they're very descriptive. Like and you like have like like you have some very descriptive lines, and like so like, you know, definitely act.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Only like kind of semi-horror like I've ever listened to was like Twisted.
Okay.
They're the only people I would give from like that whole Juggalo camp. When I told people there's
some of them is too weird. Like I never could get into like.
They're nice though.
ICP and stuff.
No,
like that.
not ICP. Yeah. Not that. Not just Twisted. Just Twisted. They're dope. Yeah. Like, you know.
And things in that realm, like, you know. Necro kind of.
Yeah, Tech
like,
9 is like down with that camp though, but he's nice too. Like Tech, like I don't think he gets his props sometimes, you know.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, and he's been independent his whole career. Right?
Yeah, sure, so. And he's worked with some like, big names too.
Yeah, he's like the model for what I'm trying to do, like basically. Like
you trying to have OBX be the strange music.
Exactly. Yeah,
I feel it, man.
So you know, that's what I've always wanted. I've never really had an interest in even trying to get into the industry or anything, because I know it's all. So, yes.
Yeah, fuck the shit.
But like, you know,
want to make music.
You could do it on your own. It's doable. And someone like Tech 9 really proves that. You know, Immortal Technique too was someone I've always idolized. So, you know, people like that, able to make a name for themselves on their own. It's crazy.
Would that be one of those collaborations that you would like to have, like with Immortal Technique?
I would love to. Yeah, that would be insane. It's probably doable. We'll have to talk to Scott Jacobs about that.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Send some emails out. I would love to. Yeah, he's one of my favorite. Like, whenever I have to name my top 5, you know, it's always like him in there, whatever.
Yeah, we actually had this conversation the other day.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, about like, you know, like the top rapper, and Drew was just like, hey, well, it's like, what song do you think like they get sick of performing?
Yeah.
I still can't think about the song that Childish Gambino would be sick of performing, honestly.
Yeah. Well, his career is a little.
His career is weird.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's got a bunch of albums out. He has 3 albums out, but it's like, what song like is like, you know, people like, you have to play. It might be Redbone now. That might be the
Now,
song.
yeah.
It's like, you know, he's like, I'm tired of playing this song. You know, he's tired of staying woke. Peep the satellites though.
You gotta peep the satellites.
Peep the satellites, man.
OBX the mixtape. Check it out.
I mean, the funniest thing is like, I remember certain people, I was aware of them before I even met them, and you're one of those people. Like Linda, you know, Redhead Linda.
Yes.
She gave me, I forgot where, I don't know where she was working at the time. When did you drop the OBX mixtape?
She was working at Hashtag Bar. Like she was there when we dropped it. Yeah.
She gave me mad OBX. I still have some in my mom's house. Like just
Can you actually give me one? Because I actually don't have any left.
I gotta find.
I told someone I would mail them one, and I don't have any left.
I gotta, next time I go visit my mom's crib, I got you. Like, it's like, yo, just like, I was just like, yeah, that's Bobby Briz, you gotta check.
Shout out to Linda too for spreading. She actually is the person who put me onto Intel.
Yeah.
She was like, you should hit him up to perform at your release party for the OBX mixtape. I didn't know him before that. And I checked out his music video for Resurrection of the Real, which just came out really dope. And that's how I've been working with him since then.
I know. I seen you have a few videos directed by Mr. Hawkins.
Yeah, he's great too. Here's another promo right here. Make sure y'all shoot your music videos with Mr. Hawkins, aka Intel.
Yo, Linda, low key to plug. I had no idea as well.
She's dope. She's dope.
Yeah.
She is very passionate about music and just like art scene in Staten Island. So shout out to her.
Like, and then it was just funny because then I ended up meeting you, and it's just like, I was like, oh shit, I have your shit. I have this. Like,
that's
yeah,
great.
man, check it out.
I think Grayson also said the same thing when I met her. She was like, I think I have a copy of your mixtape in the car. I don't even know. I never even met you. I'm like,
yeah, it's like it's wild how, like, you know, it ends up happening. I mean, honestly, your mixtape even got to, like, you know, 3 of your mixtape got to be part of work.
I saw that. That was dope. Yes.
Yeah, love my show. Like, you know, that was dope. Like, you know, I remember when I was gonna tell you, I was like, I hope he understands it was for the art and he takes it as a compliment.
No, yeah, it's
like,
definitely.
I didn't know how he was gonna take it because I didn't know if he was gonna be like, yo, this dude out here using my mixtape for art and shit. Like, you know,
you just spray paint over my damn mixtape, and that's, come on, dog. Like, nah, it's an honor. It's like you kind of immortalize it even further. Like, you know, now it's part of something else. So that's what it's all about. Like, I'm definitely not offended.
I mean, I was really, thank you for not being, but like, honestly, I was like,
I don't know how Remy and Slick feel about it, but
I mean,
nah,
the work got to be up in a national landmark, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's, you know, that was great, man.
And honestly, like, you know, with it was like, I think that was one of my favorite things about that piece. Like, is that I had all locally sourced stuff from it. Like, I had a VHS tapes, something from rest in peace to Highland Boulevard Theater, and then OBX mixtapes. So like, dope. To make it, I was just like, yo, this is really cool.
The VHS tapes came out dope too.
I think. Yeah. So, I mean, what's next besides the album? Like, what else you got, like, you know, planned?
I would like to work on OBX 2 next year.
Yeah.
But you know, that's gonna have to require team effort. But aside from that, I'll probably just start working on a new album right after this one, because I'm just trying to pump out as much as I can before the well runs dry. Before
about to be on your Lil Wayne.
Right. Before I have to, you know, focus on other things in life, you know. So I'm just trying. I started too late. I always wanted to do this stuff, and I never really got involved until a few years ago. So I'm just trying to catch up on lost time.
Aren't you like 27?
I'm 28. Yes. Now. So.
All right, yeah, word. I was there for your birthday.
We're getting closer to 30, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, at Bobby Briz's, all right, so I need to tell y'all a story about this man.
Wait, this is you talking about last year?
Yeah,
okay.
At the release party.
At the release party.
Yeah, so his birthday last year, man threw a show for his album. It was dope. And his sense of humor, like, and when you listen to Bobby's music, you realize Bobby has a great sense of humor that's very, very interesting. Homeboy came through with a, what was it, Clorox?
Yeah.
Clorox cup. It was like,
yeah, me and Raina, we was drinking Malibu out of the Clorox bottle.
It was clean. It was clean.
I remember here, because I was joining the 27 Club, and I was rocking my Nirvana T-shirt, and I was drinking out of the Clorox bottle. No, it was actually one of those screw off like containers that hold weed and shit in it. Like, you know, people be hiding their weed in there.
I wonder how you made it.
Don't drink Clorox, you will die.
Yeah,
like,
no, I was wondering how you made that for the law. I'm like, yo, bro, that's mad cool though.
People was like, yo, you're gonna get mad sick if you keep drinking that. I'm like, nah. I'm like, don't worry, I drank the whole bottle, I cleared it out, and then we put Malibu in there. We good, like.
Yo, I still see it in my head. Like,
see, and this was before fucking Tide Pod.
Yeah,
cool.
no,
like,
exactly.
You know
what I was thinking about.
I was
yo, you
ahead of my
trendsetter,
time,
bro.
Man.
You a trendsetter. Some kids saw that picture of you like this, just sipping,
sipping on Clorox.
Said, yo, man.
Honestly, it's because of memes. Memes destroy my brain. Like, shout out to Post Memes though.
Yo, honestly, I appreciate this great memer. Honestly.
Yeah.
Shout out to that post. That's one of the best posts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, a little background story. I was at the studio bored one day and I just made a status on Facebook. It just said post memes, and ever since that day, it was like in November 2 years ago or something. We've been posting memes on there. It's almost at like 30 or 40K now, I think. So
comments, just all memes. If you ever have a sad day, just go on Bobby Briz's Facebook.
Bobby Briz post memes into the search bar. You'll find it. It's public. So.
I mean, no, honestly, whenever I'm having, sometimes I legit just go and look at my.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm like, thank God, thank God for all these memes. It's the most current dank memes too. It's like, you know.
Yeah, no, we're mining all day. Like, I mean, you know, not while I'm at work. I'm always obviously working when I'm at work, but you know, in between.
You gotta be safe. He's like, yeah, just in case management watches this. Like, yeah, man, you know I'm working, man. I stay working.
Yeah.
Oh, it was grinding, man. Oh man, my face hurt. I'm just thinking about. I'm thinking about the Clorox picture, bro. Oh, it's mad. That's hilarious. So, if you had the opportunity to, all right, so say the Paramount Theater was very, like, you know, like it was reestablished and whatnot, and then Lane Theater, like because they used to have a venue over there, was like, you know, they fixed that up, and you had the St. George Theater, right? And you had the opportunity to play all three of these places, like in their prime. Which one would you choose?
I don't know. I've been to the St. George Theater and it's really dope, so I probably would choose that. Yeah, I've never been inside the Paramount building.
You never seen pictures of it?
Nah.
Oh, it's lit, bro. Like I believe the Ramones played there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see they have like at the top. It's still all with the board and everything on the top of the building. And then on New York Lane, M played there. At right.
The Lane
that's
Theater.
where he played. Yeah.
So we got out there. That's got some history, bro.
St. George Theater though is nice though. Like, and it's still. You know, maybe I'll perform there.
He said it's still
in real life. You know, it's still possible to
yeah.
do, so we'll get Scott Jacobs on that too.
Yo, honestly, that'd be lit. Imagine that. Like, you know,
right?
That's like Staten Island made it. Just like, yeah,
exactly.
man, I'm trying to sell out the St. George Theater. Got the whole crew.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I seen I've never seen like musical performances there. I seen
But you want to see Dr. Seuss there?
Yeah, I went to see a play of Dr. Seuss and
Are you dead ass?
And A Christmas Carol. No, I'm playing.
That's their programming now.
I seen Louis C.K. and Chris Rock.
But this is before
yeah,
Louis got creepy, right?
Pre him coming out saying he pulled his dick out in front of girls. Yeah, this was it was actually a benefit show for Hurricane Sandy. So,
wow.
Yeah. So he did something.
He couldn't.
You know,
it was a tough time. That's why he couldn't. He had to be serious, bro. He said these people are suffering. I got to put it back in.
It's a shame. Like, people do stupid shit like that. Like, you know, I was a huge fan and I always looked up to him, and I actually like was working on some stand-up comedy after I watched like everything you could watch of his on YouTube, and I was working on my own stand-up comedy. And then
you got a stand-up set?
This is for my post-rap career. We'll talk about this in an interview about 7 or 8 years from now, all right?
Yo, we're going to talk about this later, bro. Like, what you mean?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to take my humor from my music and kind of just focus more on like elaborating on it. And I always felt like comedy and hip-hop are very similar because it's all about your stage your stage presence, your delivery, and your punchlines, like, you know? So I felt like I could do it, but I'm still in the infant stages of it, you know?
I feel you. So, like, let me just ask you real quick, what would your stage name for comedy be?
That's a good question. I probably would just stick with Bobby Briz. Honestly, it's like universal words for everything. I actually want to change my legal name to Bobby Briz also, so this way I can just be one person again, you know?
I feel that. No alter ego, just me.
Yeah, and then we'll you know, I'll get a real manager in and we can get rid of Scott Jacobs, you know.
I feel you. I totally understand. Well, Bobby, we're running out of time. Okay. Guys, this has been Jahtiek Long and Bobby Briz here at Hub 17. A pleasure, a fucking pleasure. So, where can we find you on social media? And like, you know, when the album coming out, when's the stand-up tour?
I'll let you know about all that, yeah. Okay, so you can find me. I'm on Facebook. My page is Bobby Briz. Instagram, Bobby.Briz. I don't really use Twitter and Snapchat and all that, so we good with that. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, all them shits, everything titled. Go listen to my album, Byzantium. My next show, I don't really have anything booked for this summer, but maybe we can get something popping, because I have a few ideas.
Yeah, hit up Scott.
Yeah, we hit up Scott. He'll get it together. My album release party is November 10th at Mother Pugs, and I just wanted to give a few shout outs before I go. I had to say shout out to Kids from the Burbs, OBX. Shout out to my graphic designer Kylie, who has been a pleasure to work with all year, having someone to put an image behind the brand. Shout out to Gary again at Cobra Sun Studio. Shout out to Ja right here for having me, Mr. Diverse himself over here. It's been an honor. Thank you.
And shout out to Try the Productions. You forgot that you
Try the Productions. Shout out to them, and that's who we're gonna be working with on putting the show together for this summer. So that's what's up.
Word. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.